Good morning and welcome back to Margin. This morning we're going to talk about mastering the offense of wealth building. So let's jump right into it. So Webster defines the offense as the act of attacking. So that's different from defense because defense is protecting against being attacked and losing ground, losing yardage. So with offense, you are gaining yardage. You are attacking. You are figuring out how to grow your net worth, grow your wealth. And so with that, you want to be mindful of, okay, how do I make sure that I have that defense in place, but then I have a really good offense that I'm charging at to ensure that I'm continuing to grow and continuing to build that legacy. So one of the ways offense is achieved is by renegotiating the terms of your current career field, or maybe it's switching to a different career field. It may be buying that rental property, starting that side hustle, or starting a business. It may be a myriad of different things, but it's important for you to look at, okay, what makes the most sense for attacking, for going out and gaining ground, gaining that yardage when it comes to my personal finances. When speaking of offense, it's important for you to try to maximize your income potential so that you can expedite the process of building wealth. Now, oftentimes what I see is people who are making a great income, who are rich, but not necessarily wealthy. And I don't like to see those two commingled per se, because oftentimes people associate that nice car, that big home, and so on and so forth with someone being wealthy when they may just be holding up a certain lifestyle because of their incomes and not actually putting that money to work so that they become wealthy. So you can be rich and actually have very little assets that are working for you, and you can look like you are not rich and actually be wealthy and have that wealth building upon itself. And oftentimes what's interesting is the fact that people associate having those nice things and everything else with being wealthy, when oftentimes that's not the case. And oftentimes people that look really wealthy are actually not. So oftentimes the wealthy get a very bad rap because people assume that they inherited everything, that they stole or were involved in a Ponzi scheme in order to build that wealth. And there may be bad apples. There may be people that have absolutely done that. But what we're talking about today is people that have actually ethically and morally built wealth. So although there's this negative connotation about and around building wealth, I've mentioned before that money is just a tool. And as you are building and growing your wealth and utilizing money to do so, there's so many good things you can do with that. And that could be providing for your family. It could be building a legacy. It could be, being involved with and contributing to a cause bigger than yourself. It could be a myriad of different things. And it's important for you to look at, okay, well, if I have the right approach, the right mindset, and the right heart in place to build wealth, what would I do with it? What would make that difference so that I am not one of those few that utilize money and wealth for purposes that are immoral, that are not ethical, and in making sure that I'm utilizing the wealth that's grown to leave a legacy that expands beyond me. When looking at taking new ground when it comes to your offense of wealth building, you're going to want to look at your vocation and making sure that your vocation is actually paying you what it ought and should. So with that, you may want to look at Glassdoor, you may want to look at salary.com, you may want to look at payscale.com or some other resource to find out, okay, what are people typically getting paid for a similar position in my region? So with that, you'll look at experience, you'll look at different credentials and so on and so forth, and figure out whether your vocation that you're in is actually paying appropriate to the industry. So for example, I'm a vice president of finance for a SaaS company, for a tech company that is a software as a service company. So with that, my role oversees finance, accounting, and administration. So with that, my role is pretty consistent across the board when it comes to a senior level finance position. So with that, when I look at what my role should pay in the industry within my region, I would be looking at the fact that I have 8 years of experience in this level of management in finance. I would be looking at the fact that I have an undergrad degree as well as an MBA. I would also be looking at other credentials that I have that are applicable to the skill set that I have built over a period of time. So as you're looking at making sure your vocation is actually paid according to the market, you'll want to look at those specifics. You want to look at what industry you're stepping into or that you are in. You want to look at your credentials when it comes to your experience, the intangibles at play that you may be able to sell yourself when you are interviewing for a new position or you are requesting a raise from your existing position. And you'll want to factor in all these aspects to be able to get a comprehensive picture of what that role should pay from your industry, in your industry. So it's going to be important for you to continue to take new ground through the offense of building wealth, through investing in yourself and looking at how you could start a business, how you could involve yourself in a crowdfunding opportunity, how you could go back to school, how you could get a certification, how you can continue growing so that your skill set is more and more valuable so that you have the ability to grow your income, to then grow your wealth. And so it's important for you to look at these two components, not only investing in yourself, but also looking at how you can grow your income through your vocation and trying to figure out, okay, how do I take new ground? So building a great offense really comes down to maximizing your vocation, maximizing your skill set so that then you can take that income and turn that income into wealth. Take that income and not just go out and increase your lifestyle, but to be able to reinvest that so that that provides you an income in the future. So my call to action today really comes down to looking at these two key components, looking at, okay, if you are in a company right now and you are maximizing your output for that company, making sure that you are actually paid according to market. And if you are self-employed or if you work for your own business, or if you have different income sources otherwise, looking at how to maximize those so that income turns into wealth, and looking at, okay, well, if I can't maximize my vocational income right now, what skill set do I need to build and grow in order to maximize that? And so look at those components, look at the aspects of how can I take new ground? How can I grow my income so that I can turn that income into wealth? If this information is helpful to you, explore the Margin membership, where me and my team will help you take the information you're learning and apply it to your life and your finances. I've built an interactive course that allows me and my team to come alongside people like you to help you revamp your finances and build margin into your life. Click the link in the description below for more information.